Okay, hello boys. I don't know how many people who watch my channel play STARCRAFT, but I'm a bit of a G at this game, okay? I'm a bit of a beast, and I thought, because I'm trying to provide more content and stuff, you know, some easy content to make the algorithm favour me, I thought it might be kind of cool for me to commentate one of my games here. See, this is me playing as the Zerg. I'm playing against a PROTOSS player here. This is in Platinum, so this is actually a pretty high standard of play here. But StarCraft is a game that I've sort of played on and off for a while, but never really played it consistently for a large amount of time since I was a lot younger. So I'm always surprised by how my skills always just come out, you know, and I just start killing it once again. Part of this is because, in my head anyway, I think that Zerg is secretly OP because of how easily you can play them to like a reasonably high level, and I think that I've somehow worked this out. You see, if I go on this guy, he's already got these control groups coming up here at the bottom, and he'll get a lot of different ones. If you play StarCraft and you don't play Zerg, you're probably already seething with rage at what I'm about to say, because I'm pretty sure this is like a bit of a meme. But I just put my control groups here, and I just use my hatcheries, which are these things. And these make your workers, but they also make all of your units from these little eggs. And that's basically the only control group that I use. Now, I think the players that I'm playing against at this level are actually using several different ones. Like, he's got his Nexus on 4, which is like a town centre. But he'll have different ones for his different groups of units and shit. A lot of the time I'll just press F2 rather, to send all of my military units to one place, and then divide it up like that. So I think because of these things, that makes you a lot quicker when you're playing the Zerg, to just hotkey up all your shit like this. And you send your units to one place and your workers to one place. That's these two different rally points here. The brown one is the workers. So these guys harvesting minerals and gas. I'm going to try and do this in a way that lets you work out what's going on if you don't play it. So this is my queen. This is actually an economic unit. It defends the base, but it also casts this spell on the hatchery, which gives it extra eggs. So when this time is run out, you'll have 3 extra eggs to spawn. I'm producing a queen here as well. So you want to get yourself set up with queens. You get more eggs, more production from the hatchery. This guy's setting up and is expanding here. We both have into the natural expansion, as they call it, which comes down from a ramp outside your base. He's got this almost fully teched up with worker units, the probes, the PROTOSS probe. They're like the sort of intelligent aliens, and I'm playing as the sort of bestial tyrannid type aliens that are like a hive mind. These are actually houses, these big overlord things. You use them, you can strategically place them to have extra vision. Like, they have a really long line of sight, so you can use them defensively or offensively to look for vision. Oh shit, okay, he's coming in here. This actually absolutely wrecked me. So this unit comes in as a ghost and then spawns in its actual self, and he's got right into my worker line here. Now, if you're harassing each other, the main thing you want to target is workers. Because if you take one worker out, there obviously is spawned again with his ghost down there, but finally gets finished off. That was actually really worth it for him. He killed like 4 or so of my worker units here, and that has a big knock-on effect in the game. If you can imagine, you don't just lose the worker, you lose all of the production that worker was going to be capable of. It's like the butterfly effect of when you travel back in time. As you can see now, look, this is the guy's control groups. He's got 3 different control groups now. I still just have my hatcheries, because I'm a noob lord. Now, although I'm dissing myself here, it's important that we all realise that I'm a pro. Okay. Yes, I do have a simple playstyle, but this playstyle has delivered me a lot of wins. And I'm always able to come back to this game and slap some people up with it. I'm flicking between my vision and his vision here. This is what's happening. So I see that this is blocked off, and I say, no, I can't get through there. That's my basic unit, by the way, the Zerg. Very fast kind of raiding type unit. I just got the speed upgrade, that's why their legs have gone very big. It's harassing me with this unit. This is an anti-air unit, so he's limited in the amount of damage he can do to my workers and stuff. But it does have an ability where it lifts up a ground unit so that it can shoot it in the air. So it can kill workers, but it's limited in its ability to do that. It costs energy to use that ability. Basically like the equivalent of mana in this game. So this guy got 2 barracks type units here. Cybernetics Core, which is like a tech building that enables you to get other stuff. Robotics Facility, which is like a transport unit, the Warp Prism, various other robot type units. It's expanded a third way here. So am I, right now. PROTOSS players are the top sort of example of players that think they're elite Koreans. So I'm sure if this player looks at this replay, he probably did look at this replay and say, oh, I'm sure this fucking Zerg didn't use control groups in the epic way that I do. And he was mad, I'm sure, when he saw this. But basically, like, me keeping my micro simple here and my macro simple allows me to just act quicker. Macro is the production side, the micro is the movement of the unit. So everything's just made much faster, which cuts the fat of your playstyle, you know. It's easy to get caught up in minor movements and stuff. So right here he's fortifying with a photon cannon here, this side of his mineral line as we call it. And he's doing that at the back here as well. He's already done that here. These shield batteries update the shields in these units. You see how all the PROTOSS units have a shield and an HP bar as well. The shield batteries will automatically update the shield of a unit as it takes damage. So that it basically makes it, you know, nigh on impossible to kill. It's a defensive build. Mutalisk's a harassing unit I'm sending out here. I clock that shield battery and I'm just like, man, this is really worth it. But this, but that little unit there dawdled out of the way of his shield battery, so I picked that up. But here come the Phoenixes, the anti-air unit, and I don't want to fuck with that. So I run away. So because of this, let's look at production. So because I saw that, I'm making a load of these corruptors, which are anti-air units. So we'll see them on the board soon. He's looking around with his observer here, which is a stealthed unit, which flies around, and it's just used for reconnaissance. But it's stealthed, so I can't see it right now. He's investing more in these anti-air units. This is a common strategy against Zerg, because what you can do with these is go around and shoot all of these overlords, which, as I told you, are houses, essentially. If we use the analogy of Age of Empires, they increase your population, they're houses. So if he goes and takes these out, then he can supply block me and make it so that I can't produce any units, and then he can just go around picking up my drones with that ability that I told you about, and slowly killing them. Just kind of really throwing a spanner in the works there. So if you're playing Zerg, you've got to watch out for that, for the PROTOSS. They're a really cool unit, these things, because they can shoot as they're moving. So they're very silky smooth unit, very good vibes, good optics on that unit. Let's look at income. So he's ahead on income right now. With Zerg, the general kind of theme with Zerg is that it's quicker to expand, but your income doesn't normally run quite as well as it would with the same amount of workers. you know what I mean. So they're kind of a swarmy, sort of fast expanding kind of civilization, not just in military but in economy as well. Let's go back to production. See, I'm looking to do something with my muters here. Mutalisks, these are called. They can attack air and ground, and they're very fast, so these are a staple unit for Zerg players to go around and harass. Now he's going to send his phoenixes around, and that is not a good fight for me, so I'm running away. Where are my corruptors here? There they are. These are the anti-air units, so I'm trying to send these in. Better trade for me to use these against the phoenixes. Ouch! As you can see, he'd prefer to trade with the muters than the corruptors, so he's not going to fully commit to that. 5 more corruptors on the way here. Units lost. Not looking good for me right now. I lost quite a few muters there. But I have a 4th expansion here, so my economy should be pulling ahead. We're on the way to do that. A lot of workers only just arrived here. And this is the ability I was talking about, where they pick the units up. From a game design perspective, that's a really cool thing, you gotta admit. It's an air unit, but its ability to attack ground picks them up so that then it's in the air, like it just makes sense. Maybe I'm an autist, but that makes a lot of sense to my brain, and I enjoy that. So I've lost a lot more now. Knocked out a lot of workers with that. But I'm still running on 4 expansions, so he knows he needs to set one up here to try and keep up. Got a lot of corruptors out now as well. Let's go back to production. Warping in some more gateways here, which are like barracks type buildings, make land units like these. The Stalker here. And the Zealot. I really like Zealots. Oh, here I come. Now, here I'm using an ability, this ability here, Caustic Spray, which deals damage over time to a structure. Now, if I was doing this with one of these guys, it wouldn't be very noticeable against a high sort of HP building like a Nexus. But I just used it with a whole swarm of them, so the damage potential is quite big. But these phoenixes turn up, so I'm starting to run away here. Trying to trade effectively with them. So as you can see, these are kind of slow, but when they do hit, they hit hard. I should have just stayed shooting there. That's a bit of an error on my part there. So he's starting to set up this expansion here. Got nothing on production right now. It's not a good look. If you've got nothing on production, but you have this much resources spare, then you're probably a noob. So that's a bit of a self-roast there. Not sure what I'm doing. Let's have a look at my screen. I'm looking at my own base here. I'm building a building. So this pit allows me to upgrade to the next level my main building here. Kind of like going up an age in Age of Empires. It's going to be my reference point for RTS games for people if they haven't played STARCRAFT. So yeah, as you can see, he's concerned with this expansion quite a lot right now. He's trying to sort this out so that he can keep up. So yeah, right now he's just behind on economy, a lot more behind on gas than he is on minerals. So he's trying to keep himself relevant by fortifying this enough so that it can't just take any damage and knock its productivity out. Ugh, the bubbling bodies of these, look. It's absolutely disgusting. So here I'm expanding here. I believe I'm aiming to expand here as well. And perhaps here? Yeah. So right now I realise that my game plan at the minute is to try and keep putting pressure on this guy. Because all races other than Zerg tend to want to fortify their own areas and stuff, but the standard Zerg play is normally to just try and keep things moving, keep harassing them with the mutas specifically is often used, and then expand on your own end, and it's less bad for Zerg if you lose an expansion, so you they tend to defend them less. There's other ways of playing Zerg obviously, but I'm talking about standard plays here. He's killing his own probe there because the probe got stuck in between some buildings. So here I am. I'm coming in again. I've got all these hatcheries set up, and I'm coming in with my air units, scouting around with the mutas first, see what's going on. I've got these corruptors ready, provoking a response when I see air units. Ooh, get a couple void rays for free there. But here's the main army. There's the phoenixes. You don't want that smoke, mate. Kind of bad micro there. Let's have a look at the production. Ooh, so they can't hit ground, as you can see. I was harassing over here with the mutas, but I'm going to have to pull them back. I remember at the time I was surprised by how well that went for me. I thought I'd lose a lot more mutas there, but I guess they missed out on a couple shots because they were shooting at the corruptors when I first arrived. Took them unawares. Now this is looking quite exposed, but I believe that is not what I go for right now. Oof, that's a lot of stalkers. Ooh, 9 mutas in production here on my side. He's sending some zealots out to do some economic damage. It's a raiding party. He's got his observer here so he knows where this is. He's sent these guys in. But I've took notice of it. Just about managed to save it by pulling everything back. I go to hit this. Using that corrupting spray ability, caustic spray. I've sent some Zerglings to take workers out there. Ooh, that was bad micro. Lost more mutas than I needed to there. I'm annoyed that I missed this out. So anyway, what's income? So I've pulled ahead on income here by taking this out. Part of the reason why this expansion needs to happen is the mineral line runs out quite quickly. I think this is something they changed with the latest expansion. I say latest, it's still quite a while ago that it came out. Void War, or whatever it's called. So these run out quite quickly, so there's more and more of a need to expand in this game. So his main ones run out now. This is almost run out. And this is very nearly, pretty much run out. So he needs to expand. And I've got all these options, look. I think this is something that made Zerg, made sure that Zerg would be OP. Because, you know, the fastest expanding civilization is going to have an advantage in this kind of situation, you know. 8 hatcheries now, all on my 1 key. I'm just pressing 1 and then this is what you select to make a unit here. Look, select lava, and then you get a screen where you can pick units, and different buildings enable different units. So here I've got this up to the final level, the hive, and I'm making an ultralisk cavern, which is like the big meaty ground unit of the Zerg that's very tanky. Let's look at units lost. Damn, I didn't expect to be that far ahead. So he's lost a lot more resources in terms of units than me. Normally, the thing is, if you keep yourself ahead in economy by choking the other guy like this, then this means that you can afford to go even in terms of units lost. But I guess the corner has been turned here. Find that expansion and take it out. Kind of annoyed that I never found this, look. But it's quite hard for him to populate this with workers, these probes, just with this unit's production alone. He needs to send from here and here as well. But if he does that, then he runs the risk of me seeing the probes going from here to here. So I guess he's decided not to do that. Just try and keep this as like a covert operation. So, going in to hit this here, and he's trying to fortify it quickly. Bringing down the stalkers to do some damage. But yeah, at this point he needs to look at this difference in income. He needs to do something pretty quick. I'm getting some upgrades here. Producing some ultralisks. This is a really cool unit. Oh, look at that. And they come with their own armor upgrade, which makes them incredibly tanky. Oh, I've suddenly seen this. Oh, I think I was just looking there, but now I've seen that. So here I come, I'm pulling units out to deal with that. He has built these carriers, which are really high tier air unit, which send out little mini kind of like drones to shoot things. So that's a lot of resources on the board here, these 4 carriers. Look how much damage they do. Oh, meanwhile I'm using the corrosive spray thing. Look how quickly this goes down. That was crazy, look. Now it's dead. But yeah, back to this. Look how quickly these mutas get melted. Yikes. Let's have a look at the units lost here. So that's nearly even now. Now that all those mutas went. It was a lot to go all at once there. But the income has took a massive hit. So the choking sort of theme continues. I pull these out. Quite scared of dealing with these, but I just quickly sniped a carrier there, I believe that was. But I'm very wary of taking these out all at once. I'm trying to buy some time here, because if you look at production, look at the economic power of this. 32 corruptors are being created. So I know that if I can stall this out for as long as possible, then these 32 corruptors are just going to swing in and deal with it. That's how you want to play, if you know that you're economically ahead, because yeah, because of this economic reality, this is basically all he's got left. So when he switched his fire to the ultralisk there, I swung back in to try and take out something else. Took out a carrier here. Trying to focus down the carriers rather than anything else, because they have a lot. So here I am focusing another one. They have a lot of damage for how much HP they have. Now I believe, yeah, the corruptors are up. They've been spawned. from all these different hatcheries. Look. I got 2 Ultralisk caverns to get the upgrades quicker. Epic. So now it's all over, really. We've got too many corruptors. So this army is over. The income remains a death knell, shall we say, for the Protoss here. He just... Oh, I was going to say he just built that, but no, it's not a recent thing. I think he just knew that this was all riding on this one push here. And he's going to realise it's GG. Look at this. Oh, no, no, no. The corrupting ooze. Oh, no, no, no. Nasty. A whole town centre, shall we say, just gone. Destroyed that expansion. So I just got a load of lings to quickly send off here. Oh, he's doing a bit of proxy mining, where you send your workers without the building, so that they sort of bring it back long range here. It's going to go for one last push here, but I suppose I'll buy a load of Ultralisks. Oh, and he surrenders there. So there we go. I'll try and bring some more replays to you here. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed.